hey, if it's Friday, we're shooting it. That means you're there, I'm here. Don't let anybody tell you we're lost. We're not. We're going to shoot it for the next 5 minutes or so. So hang in there with me. First things first, though, we have to be held accountable here at Shooting It with Samuel G. The staff of 85 let me know this week that I made a mistake last week when I talked about a possible I-80 World Series, St. Louis, Kansas City. It's not I-80, folks. It's I-70. So apologies to my friends in Missouri and the people in Nebraska. Take all the publicity you can get. It's an I-70 series that's possible, not I-80. Okay, let's get back on track. Up to the hill, University of Northern Colorado football practice. They're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Next week is the first game, and all the game plans, all the grunting, all the groaning, it's all in. Everything's in, waiting for Western State. And head coach Ernest Collins Jr. mentioned to me today that the planning for the first game actually starts in July, when coaches take their weekends and watch film and game plan for the first two opponents. So Western State and Houston Baptist are already in the books in terms of what UNC can expect from their opponents. And the Bears, what can we expect? I don't know. I get that question every day. What do you want me to say? Mediocre? That way I'm kind of down the middle. Bad mediocre? Good mediocre? I don't know. Just expect to watch some football, not practice, and see what they can do against two Division, well, Houston Baptist is in Division II. Western State is, and UNC should have its way with a Division II team, but we know how that all turned out a few years ago against CSU Pueblo when they came in here and spanked the Bears. So we'll see how that goes. UNC volleyball really getting their attention up on the hill. They're in Florida this weekend, but they lost a close 3-match set today to Central Florida in a tournament. But the Bears, I think, are going to be pretty decent, scrappy, using a lot of different lineups. They have 2 games left this weekend, and we'll see how they come out of there. But their preseason schedule is tough for a reason. Lindsay Oates wants them to know they need to get their RPI ranking up as high as they can in the preseason. And she's even mentioned publicly that a 5-8 record through the first 13 games is not something that she's afraid of. It'll speak well for her team. High school speaking. Hey, it all started this week. Volleyball, softball. Can you believe Valley softball lost by 10 runs yesterday? Holy cow, I'm expecting it to snow. One of those years where, you don't have pitching in high school softball, you're not going to be very good. And of course, football gets into full swing next week when Friday nights become, well, there's not too many lights around here. We're not going to say it's like Texas, but it is Colorado football, and looking forward to see how some Weld County teams will do, see if they can live up to their reputations. And speaking of football reputations, don't miss next week's Greeley Tribune football insert tab. All the information you need about every team, UNC, CSU, CU, and the Broncos. It's all right there packaged for you in one nice little piece you can pull out, keep it, hang on the refrigerator, hang on the bathroom wall, do whatever you want, but it's there for you to look and refer to all season long. Let's go national a little bit. I'm kind of tired of watching reports how the 49ers, every day somebody new gets arrested or is in trouble for something, drugs, rape, you name it. 49ers, their locker room looks like a halfway house. I don't know what's going on in there, but their former owner, Spaghetti Eddie DeBartolo, wasn't exactly a choir boy, but he's got to be just ranting and raving that what's happened since they took that franchise away from him. I know it's still in his family, but holy cow, the 49ers, they're starting to look like their friends down the road in Oakland. Yeah, bad boys. That organization is in trouble right now, and I'll tell you what, it's on fire. And unless ownership turns around and realizes it, they could be really going downhill in a hurry. Let's also get to the fact that the Broncos are opening up in a week or so, 2 weeks, and they made a big deal out of Peyton Manning getting extra rest in this preseason. And now it comes out publicly that he can't feel his fingertips. We've all been there. We all went to college, didn't we? How many nights could you not feel your fingertips? Hell, I couldn't feel my toes, my ears, my eyebrows, my head, plenty of nights. I recovered. Peyton Manning's going to be fine. His fingertips are going to be fine. He throws a lot of balls with his fingertips not having any feeling in him. That's what you have to worry about, is whether he's throwing the ball well or not, despite his fingertips. He'll keep it where it needs to be. With that in mind, we're going to keep this where it needs to be and not get too critical about things going on. But hey, the temperature's coming down. The leaves are falling off the trees. It's football time. We're ready to start watching games instead of practice. And I'll make you a deal. If you show up next week, I'll show up. I'll see you then.